All right, I am randomly live. I'm just gonna do a little quick live stream here while I'm out with Bo. I have been doing lots of research and knowledge on insulin, blood sugar, and weight loss and how it all correlates. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Jason Fung's really old videos that have been useful. And these videos are basically the same thing he's been saying for years. They're like 10, 11 years old. They're medical lectures he was doing on for his colleagues, and I've been making notes on it. I'm gonna go through the entire lecture series, but I'm gonna touch base with you guys. Hello, it's been a while. I have been very busy and I have been leveling up. It's been tough. I had a very stressful situation. I'll just reveal it in the live stream because not a lot of people know, but basically in my condo building, we were dealing with, there's a whole epidemic going on right now, as people know, with drugs. It's really bad. It's bad here in Canada. And unfortunately, we had someone in our condo building. We own our unit. Basically, there was a landlord. She's new. She didn't know what she was doing. And she basically rented out her condo unit to someone who was manufacturing meth in a very beautiful neighborhood here in the middle of the city. And we live in a pretty good neighborhood, but things are going downhill. And it was pretty stressful. This was happening since January. And it was a very hard situation to deal with. We were dealing with fumes. My son's asthma came back. I have been verbally assaulted. I've been threatened with a weapon. It was a whole skew things. We had to get the fire department involved. And I was dealing through all of that. And it's not an easy thing to deal with. But thankfully, the landlord hired someone, and this individual's now gone from our building. It's hard. If anyone knows the Landlord-Tenant Act here in Canada, especially with our Prime Minister making it more renter benefits, it's really hard to get a tenant out. So we thankfully got this person out within 4 months. But it was a very stressful situation. I was dealing with that while on top of studying for my personal training exam, while going to interviews for my personal training job, and getting rejected for a couple interviews. So that was pretty hard. But honestly, when you are a determined individual and you respond to failure in a way that you don't give up. Oh, Bo, sorry, I'm out on a bike path. Hi, sorry.
No worries, all good.
Good girl, Bo, good girl. I'm at the dog park right now. But basically, in life, the way you respond to failure and when you bring yourself back up, it's a win. You can't let the circumstances dictate where you're going. You have to have the courage to rise every time you fall. And that's what I did. So despite through all of that stress, I made it. I am officially a personal trainer. I do have to do one more thing to get my certification, but I'll get it done. I've been doing it throughout interviews. But I'm officially have my certification done. And I'm officially hired as a personal trainer as well, that I'm super, super excited for. It's at a beautiful gym, like a beautiful gym. I can get my life together. I'll be working tons, but it's something I want to do. It's something I want to do in my life. I want to build my business. I'll be working a lot, but it's my passion. So I really don't care to help people change their lives. And of course, the platform that I have for my clients in person is going to be translated to online. Right now, I'm experimenting with a platform online. It's a personal training app where you guys can pay in the app and everything. I'm working through that. I'm creating programs. So yeah, through all of that, I made it on the other end. Now I'm having like a bit of a post-traumatic stress response. So I'm learning to bring down my anxiety levels and calm things down because I'm still dealing with my neck injury from the accident. I had the doctor in, my traps are so tight. He uses an ultrasound and he injected, it's not fun. I get injected right in there in my trap. So when I get injected, I feel a little dizzy. I think it's around my vagus nerve, so I get really stressed, but it doesn't matter. Through all this crap, as you guys know, through all this stuff, I don't give up. I keep moving forward. And that's what you got to do. In life, there are two types of people. There's pessimists and optimists. If you're in a situation where things got stressful, pick yourself back up. Focus on things that will bring you forward. Do not focus on the stupid stuff. Focus on getting better. That's how you evolve. So yes, I did have some, what do you call it? What's the term? I'm trying to use a term. There were some, I don't know, I'm trying to use a term. I can't even think about it right now. But basically there were consequences to all this stress, but it's okay. So it is what it is. Like my period came early last cycle, so that's not good. I thought I was going through menopause, and then my period came back. So I'm like, thank God, I'm not going through menopause. I'm in my mid 30s officially now. Yeah, I know I don't look at it. The person who hired me, she's like, I thought you were younger than me. I'm like, I know I look young. I'm like, my age. It's okay. I was born in 89, just so you guys know. So yeah, at least I still look young, and I didn't want to lose my fertility, so that's good. But anyway, everything's set. I'm doing well. I'm gonna jump into a fast because I feel like crap because of my cycle. So I will be starting a fast. I will probably be documenting it. And there's a reason why I need to start this fast, because with everything going on, I got stressed. I'm not gonna lie. I did put on a bit of weight, not a lot. My clothes still fit me, but they're feeling a little snug, and I don't like that. So we are jumping into a fast, and I've been and when I get myself reset and I try to refocus myself, that's when I get into nerd phase and I start researching things. So I've been rewatching a lot of Dr. Jason Fung's lectures. I've been making notes. So this entire obesity thing, insulin, glucose, and weight loss, how do they relate? So you know how there's the glycemic index? So the glycemic index is basically looking at foods that spike your blood sugar. Well, there's an insulinemia index or an insulin index. And these are looking at foods that raise your blood glucose levels after 2 hours of eating. Now, unfortunately, with the studies that have been done, they've been only using foods like junk crap, things like, what do you call it? Like cereals, all processed carbs. But when I look through Dr. Jason Fung's lectures, he's done more research and he's looked deeper. And here's the order. When it comes to weight loss, you want to bring your insulin levels down. And the reason why you want to bring your insulin levels down, it allows your body to go into a process known as lipolysis. Lipolysis is a process of breaking down fat. And with lipolysis, it can only happen when your insulin levels are low. So that's really key. Your insulin levels have to be down in order for lipolysis to happen. Now, how do you keep your insulin levels down? I think the most efficient way to do it, and the easiest way to do it, I know it sounds crazy, but it truly is through fasting. Whenever you're going through a bump, go through a fasting reset. Do a 36, 48, maybe 72-hour fast. For me, I have a strong fasting muscle, so I know even if I do a 36, it will be good enough. But fasting is the fastest way to bring down those insulin levels. Why? Because when you fast, so many things happen. You can do it through the keto diet, but I'm telling you, it's really hard to transition from, eating completely crap to jumping into like a diet because your mitochondria is all messed up due to the constant blood sugar spikes, right? So fasting just gives you that reset. And this is the thing about fasting. You want to use it when it's appropriate. You don't want to overuse your tool. When you overuse your tool, fasting becomes a little less and less effective. For someone who has been doing it too chronically, because what happens is your body tries to adapt. So if you that's why Dr. Mindy Pelz and Jen Seasons talks about fast cycling. They talk about varying your fast. So basically, where's this dog going? So basically, start off with a fast. Build your fasting muscle. If you never did a 72-hour fast, go with 24. If you haven't even done that, work with 16. Do it for a couple weeks and work your way up to 24. And then once you get past 24 hours of fasting, 36 is an easy leap. And 36 is the fat burning fast. I have videos on this. I've talked about this several times. It's the fast where you get maximum fat burning starts to go in, because the 36-hour fast is where you get the deep fat stores going in. You start getting more things like GABA happening. You start getting mental health benefits with it. So that was like my quick thing to say on how to start with fasting. Just if you can't do it, start off with 16-8. Walk before you run. Don't just, you gotta crawl, then you gotta walk, and then you gotta run. You gotta like slowly make your way through it. So going back to insulin and all of that, I think fasting is the easiest way because number one, your blood sugar levels drop. Number two, it crushes your hunger. Number three, you're getting the autophagy. And I'm talking about the longer fast. I'm talking about an extended fast. You get the autophagy, and that's the key. You want the autophagy. Yes, you can get autophagy through other ways, people like with exercise, but you get maximum autophagy with fasting. And why do you want the autophagy? This is why it makes it easier. Because if you just jump into a diet after eating like crap, your mitochondria is still not repaired. You're still having that difficulty, right? So if you just fast, the first day will be difficult, but if you get through that first day, then it becomes easier. You wake up the next morning, you're not even hungry. And then it's a breeze. It's the autophagy that helps to repair the mitochondria issue. It helps to repair the cellular issue. Autophagy is a process of basically your cell going in and cleaning house. It's a process that our body developed through time, through dealing with feast and famine areas when we developed as a human species. So that's the key. Fasting gives you that autophagy. Whereas if you just jump into, from eating clean to eating like crap, it's harder because you're still battling the effects of the food. So you get the autophagy, and then, my dog, Bo, get up here. You get the autophagy, and then, without falling, you also get the crushing in blood sugar levels as well. So fasting helps to even this all out. It brings the blood sugar levels down quickly. If you, let's say, just jump into a keto diet, it takes time for your body to get adapted to being in ketosis. It takes time for you to start producing ketones, whereas fasting, it happens immediately. So that's what I mean that it's easier to reset with just a fast. You get the blood sugar levels down, you get that controlled, as opposed to trying to fight through that up and down wave of having your sugar spike and your sugar going down, and your sugar spiking and going down through like trying to eat a proper diet. Because I find it harder to just jump into a proper diet because my system's all out of whack. I want the fast to help calm things down. I want the fast to help bring the blood sugar levels down and bring the ketones levels up. So I'm crushing my hunger. Like that's key. So what I love about starting off with a fast or throwing in fast periodically is that it keeps that hunger at bay. It keeps your blood sugar levels stable, because when your blood sugar levels are spiking and they're all over the place and your fasting blood sugar levels are high, that's what provokes on the hunger. That also, another thing that the fasting does, that diet doesn't do right away, is that the fasting helps to give a chance for your gut microbiome to repair. So there's been studies, Dr. Mindy Pels has talked about it, that when you fast, you basically clean out the bad gut microbiome. You kind of kill them out. And then this is where eating happens. That's the most important thing, because when you come off the fast, then you want to be eating foods that are probiotic or pro gut microbiome in health, because you want to like keep repopulating the healthy gut microbiome. That's another thing, because our gut microbiome, basically, it dictates so many things in our body. We're learning more and more, but our gut microbiome basically helps with our cravings as well. You notice when you eat more sugar, you're craving more sugar. That's because you're probably allowing you're allowing bacteria or microorganisms in your gut that prefer sugar. So that's another thing that fasting does. It completely kills and eliminates all those gut microbiomes, or the gut, why am I not saying this right? Basically the microbes in your gut that want sugar, because they'll die out. There's no sugar. You're fasting. You're bringing down the blood sugar levels. You're getting rid of it. You're getting the stored sugar. And while all this is happening, you're putting yourself in weight loss. So that is why I think it's important, if you're struggling, try to get yourself to a fast. Try. If you are out of control, incrementally get there. Do 16-8, then do 18 hours, then do 20, then do 22. And then once you get to 24, your body's kind of adapted, and then you go from there. Anyway, I thought I would just jump into this quickly. I see that there's a lot of comments. Hey, I hate doing live streams like this, but oh, thank you so much, Ali. Thank you for the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Zai Fanatic. Hey, Manny, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. Right now, my gut is very bloated while I'm on my cycle, but it will go down once I get through this fast. My body will probably drop a crap ton of weight. I know. And then I can get things settled. I kind of lost my way with exercise as well. I've been seeing an osteopath, so she's been manipulating my hips. I'm still damaged from giving birth to my son. Basically, my body's locked in a pregnancy position, so it's causing a lot of lower back pain. So she's fixing me up and stuff. But thank you. Thank you so much. I'm trying to, I will never lose my passion for exercise. It's just that I was studying and I was busy. And now I'm taking some time. I worked out twice this week, so that's good. And I'm really busy. My son's in the NFL playoffs. Basically, he's in the playoffs for his team. My son's an amazing quarterback. And oh, side note, my son, anyone know Bret Hart watching wrestling? So we've been watching wrestling a lot lately. We've been doing a lot of wrestling stuff. We live here in Calgary. Bret Hart was at his football game, his NFL flag football game. And I guess his grandson was on the other team. And Bret Hart was like amazed with how Alex was throwing the football. My son's really dedicated. That's very important for a kid who has ADHD. He's not on any meds. I'm not going to put my son on any meds. He's what do you call it? And ADHD manifests itself differently in everybody. Like people are like, I don't think he has it, but he struggles sitting in school, that he gets anxiety and he like wants to burst. Kind of like me, I can't sit still for long. I have to be moving. But the fact that he's so focused with football is amazing. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So we saw Bret Hart there. We didn't go up to him because it felt awkward. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm just looking through the comments. Yeah, I lost 150 pounds in 8 months with fasting and keto. 18 months. That is amazing. The issue is trying to go back to eating carbs. Yeah, you know what? To tell you the truth, just avoid refined carbohydrates. Just avoid processed carbs. Honestly, just avoid it. Don't eat it. That's the problem, because it's the processed carbs that Dr. Jason Fung has been talking about in his lectures that it causes havoc on our system. It just destroys our gut microbiome. It makes our insulin levels crazy. Like if you're going to have it, you have to sandwich it with tons of fiber or take apple cider vinegar before you, before you have a meal. It helps to bring and stabilize the blood sugar levels. But yeah. Oh, hey. Serving us great content as always. We appreciate it. Oh, thank you. No problem. No problem. Oh, I see that one. I'm just going through the comments here. Oh, guys, I never gain all my weight back. Are you kidding me? Am I 300 pounds? No. There's no way. I will never, ever gain all my weight back. It's just a couple of pounds that I'm not happy with. But I've been body recomping. But it will go down after this fast. So it's not a big deal. And when you like stray off course for like a week or due to stress, that's another thing. Cortisol levels, it's really hard losing weight when you're stressed. And that's another thing Dr. Jason Fung talks about. And I'm going to elaborate on that. I've been meditating again. It's so important to meditate. It's called active rest, active resting. So not just sleeping in your bed and resting, but actively doing things like meditating, yoga, acupuncture is another good thing. What else can you do to calm you down? Oh, saunas. It's like active rest. That's key. That's really key. And bringing those cortisol levels down, because if those cortisol levels are up, it's going to fight against your ability to do weight. Bo, come here. To lose weight. It really is. So the fact that I've lost all this weight through the car accident recovery and everything is a miracle, but it wasn't easy. And through this situation, it will be fine. It's literally about it's like a solid 5 pounds. And I don't like it because it's a solid 5 pounds. And it went all to my gut. But again, I can drop that in a fast. Like I know I'm in trouble when my clothes are not fitting me and they're fitting me. So that's a win. Wait, sorry, I'm just looking at where my dog went. Yeah, fasting is amazing. Yeah, one meal a day. I did one yesterday. I do love one meal a day. I didn't have to do it because I don't have much of an appetite. There's a bunch of people walking through the forest. Hang on, I'm gonna try to get out of here. I forgot to bring my water, but right now I'm gonna go for a prolonged fast because day one of your cycle, women, it's the best time to fast. It really is. For me, it's perfect because I'm in a lot of pain. I feel nauseous. I don't want to eat. Yesterday I did a keto day. I've been making like my own salads. I've been really focusing on making my own salad dressings, making what else? Making my own salads pretty much because I've been going to the store and spending money. But yeah, fasting is so powerful, and one meal a day, I really love it. I do. And so I'm taking a bit of a break from, not a super break. I'll go back hard into exercise on Monday, or Sunday, or whenever. I actually have to do my practical exam for my personal training this weekend, but we're going hard again next week for sure. Right now I'll be walking and doing light exercise because I've been so stressed. I need to bring the stress levels down, and I need to get through this fast. Oh, she found a friend. Good. I want to know what you know, but it's so confusing. I'm gonna break this down with my videos, one video at a time. I'm gonna break it down because I'm really good at breaking complex things down into simple things. I'm gonna do a series just explaining things bit by bit. I'm going through the research right now and I'm writing things down. I know a lot, but I want to like organize it properly for you guys. Sorry, I'm looking at my dog right now. I love your knowledge. Well, thank you. I never really know. So this friend's like, your gut is huge. Yeah, I'm on my period and I have fibroids. Of course it's big right now. I've explained that. Everything went to my gut. I'm on day 1 and I have issues with my fibroids. So that's kind of a thing. What do you drink? Water? Oh, wait, when I fast? When I fast, I drink water. I drink, teas and stuff. But yeah, I'm not afraid to show my body. This is it. I'm not afraid at all. I don't even know how it looks. I'm on my cycle. This is how I look. My boobs are big right now too. I don't even really see it. Well, it's not that bad. I really don't care. It's day 1 of my cycle. There's like bodybuilders who freaking have gut issues. Plus I've been dealing with a lot, so it is what it is. I don't really care. It's gonna go down as long as my clothes fit. That's key, because when my clothes don't fit, that's a problem. That's when you know you've gained tons. But it's just a gut thing. I do have fibroids. I had like 6 of them. I have to go back and check with the doctor. It's not an easy thing to deal with because basically when you have fibroids, you get like severe bloating. Your cycle goes off. Even Michelle McDaniel talked about it. Michelle McDaniel is ripped. She's got abs, but for years she had like horrible issues with her fibroids. She ended up getting a hysterectomy and getting rid of it. But yeah, I'm on my period. No woman has a freaking flat gut on their period. YouTube low card down under, best channel. I always check that out. I like learning from other people. Love these lives. Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm glad you just subbed. Welcome. Oh yes, I do, when I fast, that's another thing. I do have cayenne pepper with some lemon. I squeeze the lemon. And then what else do I do? Cayenne pepper, lemon, and apple cider vinegar. That's a good one. I'm gonna have some now just to help with, I don't know. I'm having a bit of reflux issues. I have not been well. I've just been, No, I don't have type 2 diabetes. Okay, you're just, yeah, this is why I don't do these live streams, because basically I was scrolling through these type of live streams. YouTube pushes out these live streams, and I was going through this, and this one girl was getting so much hate, and I commented on her live stream, like, girl, don't worry, these trolls are like, it is what it is. No one who's doing better than you in life will make a comment to bring you down. It's only people who are doing worse than you in life that will make a comment to bring you down. And I'm not saying anyone who's struggling, everyone who struggles in life is a hater. No, there's a lot of people who struggle in life, but they find a way to get better and not bitter. That's it. That's what Bianca Belair said. She's like, someone was like ahead of her in something. I'm talking about WWE right now. And she's like, it's fine. She's like, I'm not going to get bitter. I'm going to get better. That's a mindset of greatness. You can get bitter, her competition had a good year. You know, it is what it is. You get better, not bitter. So people who get bitter, I'm done with pessimistic people. I can't be around people like that because my mindset is so optimistic. I remember after the car accident happened and I gained all that weight, I remember my video. There's a video titled, I gained weight, but I'm not worried. And I wasn't worried because look what happened. I transformed and got to like the best shape of my life. So yeah, I'm super proud of myself. And the thing is, life happens. It's having the courage to keep going. Do you know how many people quit? So many people quit. But yes. Oh, thank you, Manny. Manny, you're so sweet. You're like, you look great. Well, thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. No, we all have our days. I'm okay. My shoulders are popping, but I don't feel like showing my body on this version of a live stream right now. Because this version, it pushes out to a lot of people, so you get a lot of trolls. So it is, oh, that dog looks like you, Bo. I thought that was you. That looks like you. But it is what it is. Oh, my uterus. But anyway, one works better, what helps the body. Dr. Paul Mason, Dr. Ken Berry. I like DeLauer. I don't know Anthony, but I do like DeLauer. DeLauer gets a lot of hate now. I don't even know why. Listen, I see when you get hate as a sign that you're leveling up in life. Because again, usually people who hate, and it's most of the people who hate are people who are either feeling insecure or who are not doing better than you in life. So it's a good sign. I'm in good company. I'd like to say. This is why it's called weight loss, insulin, and blood sugar is live. Then why is this? I was talking about it earlier. I literally explained a whole thing about 15 minutes ago about insulin. Do you want me to repeat it? Basically, insulin is the weight gaining hormone. So when you have your insulin levels high, that is what causes weight gain. So what triggers your insulin levels being high? Number one thing is refined carbohydrates. That's what's going on, is carbs. I'm answering questions in the chat. That's why the kind of live stream kind of changed. It's a live stream. You answer questions. If it was a video will be direct. That's why most people watch videos as opposed to live streams, because live streams go on off topic. That's the point of a live stream. I was commenting in the chat. So I'll reiterate it again. I'm thirsty. I forgot to bring my water and I'm nauseous and I want to throw up just because of my cycle. But it is what it is. When insulin levels are high, it's caused by you eating too many refined carbohydrates, eating sugar. What are refined carbohydrates? Processed carbs. I'll name a few. Breads, crackers, what else? Pizza, anything that's garbage. Not only that, what also causes insulin levels to go out of whack is basically a lot of the food we're eating is not food. The food we are eating is processed. It's full of chemicals. If you go look at the ingredients of a Domino's pizza, there's a bunch of chemicals named in there that you don't even care. You don't even know. I remember watching this Instagram girl. I forget her name, but she had an Instagram channel, Instagram account. She's targeting companies about how they're, toxifying our food. And I remember it was a show called Animaniacs back in the 1993. I remember watching as a kid, and they were singing this song and they were naming all of the ingredients in foods, like in ice cream. And it was all of these toxic ingredients. And they're just like, it's yummy, we'll eat it. They were basically brainwashing us to eat these new foods. It's all on her Instagram. I gotta find it and share it. I have it saved. But I'm like, I remember that episode. I'm like, after watching that episode, I wanted to go out and buy ice cream. I was like 3 years old. I remember that episode specifically because it was like naming all the toxic ingredients in the food. Anyway, so basically it's that when you eat refined carbohydrates and you eat them naked and you don't eat them with fiber, it causes your body to gain weight. Now, what's going on when your blood sugars are high, insulin goes up. So when you have too much insulin in your blood, it makes you more insulin resistant. So that's why it does not make sense that doctors provide insulin to type 2 diabetics. It does not make sense because the more insulin you have, the less your body responds to it. You gotta bring the insulin levels down. When you bring the insulin levels down, it makes you more insulin sensitive. And when your body has less insulin and it's not circulating in your blood, guess what happens? Your body is able to let go of weight. The process of lipolysis is the process of burning fat. That process will not be activated if insulin's present. That's why I was talking about how fasting is the fastest way to reset your system, especially if you have years and years of damage. Because what fasting does, it brings those insulin levels down, it corrects your mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell, which is responsible for our metabolism, and it puts you in a state of autophagy, which allow all these things to happen. It's easier to jump into a fast to do that, as opposed to just switching your diets. So I was talking about it earlier. I can go into more details. If you want to lose weight, avoid processed carbohydrates. If you can't do that, eat lots of vegetables. Eat things high in fiber. Preferably not processed things high in fiber. Like, you know what, they have like the high fiber breads and stuff. If you're really struggling, just get rid of that. Just eat nature's foods. If you're gonna get something in a box, look at the ingredients. It better have less than 5 ingredients, and you better be able to understand what those ingredients are. If you have to Google those ingredients, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So yeah, I go into details. My channel has all this stuff. This is just a live stream. I don't need to prove myself to anyone, because you guys know how much I know, and I'm just learning and expanding. Not even that, I've got the fitness side now. And on top of that, with my whole personal training situation, I have to take a bunch of courses, and I will be taking more nutrition courses and stuff. And I want to take other courses and specialize in certain areas as well. So yeah. Oh, I love the Animaniacs. Me too. I gotta find that video. It's so bad. It's literally mentioning all the toxic stuff in foods, like brainwashing to be like, this is okay. We can have this chemical we can't pronounce in our food because it's yummy, yummy, yummy. I was like, what the hell? I can't believe they're brainwashing like that as children. Is sugar bad for you even when you are under a calorie deficit? Okay. The thing is about sugar, if you're in a calorie deficit and you are having sugar, I highly don't recommend having sugar unless it's coming from a plant. The problem is sugar will increase your cravings. It's gonna make it harder to stay in a calorie deficit. Let me tell you this, is it easier to stay in a calorie deficit with 1,200 calories of eating meat, like chicken breast that you cook yourself, pork, a salad, and a salad with healthy dressing and some vegetables? Or is it easier to stay in a 1,200 calorie deficit eating things like cookies, eating things like bread, eating things like ice cream? It's harder because what happens with the sugar, it makes you crave it more. And then when you crave more sugar, you're gonna wanna eat more sugar. And not only that, you're producing gut microbiome that's gonna have you basically, craving foods that are not going to be a help for you. So it's like a whole visceral process. It just keeps going and going and going. So yeah. So I hope that answers your question. Like sugar, I'm trying to think. I was looking at something. Okay, here's something I had that had sugar the other day. It was 6 grams of sugar, and I was debating. I'm like, why should I have this? But it was a kombucha drink. It was 30 calories, 6 grams of sugar. What is a kombucha drink? A kombucha drink is a probiotic. It is a drink that helps to feed good gut microbiome. I would call it a drink that's going to help support your gut. It's a prebiotic. Would it be a prebiotic or postbiotic? Postbiotic would be fiber. Prebiotic, no, I'm confusing the terms. But it basically feeds healthy gut microbiome. So that had 6 grams of sugar. Some of them have 30. Don't get the ones that are 30. That's too much. But I'm like, okay, it's 6 grams of sugar. It's not going to kill me. It's a postbiotic drink. You got to have discernment. If you're having 6 grams of sugar from a cookie, no. You know what I mean? So you got to have discernment in that. Sugar isn't bad, but you want to reduce it. You don't want to be eating a lot of it, especially if you're having really stubborn weight loss, especially if you're having issues with the gut. If the sugar comes from a plant, like a fruit, like a raspberry, that's fine. But you have to have discernment in that way. Oh, thank you so much. Girl, your sunglasses look so good on you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really thirsty right now. I want to throw up, sorry. I don't feel good. Fibers kick your butt. But I'm gonna have to be, how long have I been doing? I've been doing this for 34 minutes. Yeah, that's another thing. Sugar is the most addictive drug in the world. It is one of the most. I don't know, can I say meth is, since I explained the situation earlier on? I don't know, I've never done meth, but it is addictive. And you just don't want to be eating things that are going to counteract your ability to lose weight. It's easier to lose weight when you eat clean. It's not easier to lose weight when you eat junk food. Trust me, I think I had videos on junk food, OMAD. I removed a lot of videos from my channel because there's things I don't want to promote anymore, but I upload so much, it's fine. It's not even hurting my channels, but you guys know, I'm not gonna even get into it, but I removed a lot of old videos and I just privatized them. I can release them in the future. But I remember doing OMAD, and I was told to do a junk food OMAD, and I was losing weight on it. But eventually, after like a few weeks after that, I was not losing weight on it anymore, because the junk food it just changes your whole system. You want your system to be in a state where it's gonna promote losing weight and keeping that weight off. So you wanna keep the food clean. You can have, once you get your body stable, you can throw in cheat days here and there, but you have to be very careful. You got to see where you're at. Like me right now, there's no way I'm going to add junk food. There's no way. None. I don't want any. If I want a treat, I can go out to a restaurant and have a steak. Or if I want a treat, I can go out to, I don't know, maybe I'll make a keto cake or something like that. Like, you have to be willing to make temporary sacrifices for long-term gain. And that's where it's at. Bo, come here. Ooh, but I got to go, guys. I'm feeling a little bit nauseous. It's been a tough couple days with getting injections in my neck, still trying to loosen that up, and with my cycle going crazy and these fibroids that I have to go check out, but I'm gonna be so busy with work. I should book an appointment with the gynecologist. I have a doctor that's my friend, she's kind of my friend. I have her number. She's gonna look at me, but I don't want her putting me on birth control because that ruins your gut health as well. But yeah, but anyway, I hope I explained a lot. Oh, hey, Celine, welcome. I have more energy with clean food. Even if you eat junk food and lose weight, I don't feel better or energetic. No, I know, it makes you feel like crap. It makes you want to eat more. And I don't like it. I feel like, why are you going to eat foods that don't make you feel good, right? There is a time and place for junk food. That's rare. That's someone who's been disciplined for weeks on end. Let me give an example. Athlete X. Anyone know him? I forget his real, Jeff Cavalier. Jeff, what's his name? Is it Cavalier? He only has junk food twice a year, his birthday and Christmas. Like, that's when it's worth it. When you've been clean throughout the year, you have one, your body can resist it and you just let it go. But like, it's worth it to eat clean. It's worth it to, have ingredients that make you feel good. Like, I've been eating a lot of salads lately. I've been really into salads, and my friend gave me a recipe for my own Caesar salad dressing. I will share it with you guys. It's so delicious. It's fresh ingredients. And I just feel good because a lot of salad dressings they have a lot of seed oils. So you want to avoid the vegetable oils. You don't want to be eating vegetable oils and stuff because that does damage. I forget what it is, but it definitely does. Glad I met you. I'll be around all the time now. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I guess doing these live streams is a good thing. Yeah, no, check out my channel. I've got tons of content on this stuff. I'm trying to, again, I have my personal training, certificate, not the theory. The theory exam was really hard. That's what I was studying for, and I was sitting down. It's the practical exam, but I've been basically doing practical exams while I was going on interviews and trying to find a job. But, so that will be fine. That's like an easy part. Plus my son has football, but I want to spend some time tomorrow or even today to sit down and organize things and literally spell it out for you guys and make a series so you guys understand why this is happening. It's just the food. Like, if you look at places like Japan, why are a lot of them lean? Because they teach nutrition from a young age. There's a video I was watching that kids in Japan, their favorite foods, one kid's like broccoli, the next kid's like, some other vegetables, because they teach their kids nutrition from a young age. They're banning American food. In the UK, they're putting labels on American food. And something I even know, I'm so sorry for you Americans, because I was looking at that channel in Instagram, and she's an American herself. So basically, Fruit Loops in Canada and Fruit Loops in America are two different things. Basically, Fruit Loops in Canada, the dye they use is watermelon. In America, they're using red dye 50. Like, that's another thing, these dyes. I wanted to buy my son Gatorade. I'm like, you can't have it anymore because Gatorade has that blue it's blue, brilliant blue. These are chemicals that cause cancer. Not only that, God knows what they're doing to people's system. Like, why did people explode in weight since the 1980s? Like, what the heck is going on? The answer is in our food. It's also in our lifestyle. But I think the food is the number one culprit. So yeah, I really want to spell this out to people. I really want people to truly understand what is going on, because people struggle a lot when it comes to all of this. So yeah, and emotional eating, that's tied into it too. I have a video on emotional eating as well. And all of that, it's all tied into it for sure. Best of luck with your interviews. Oh, I already got the job, Celine. I'm good. I had a bunch of interviews, but thank you. Thank you. The more I hear about Japan and Russia, the more I want to go there. I know, right? Well, Japan. I don't know about Russia, but Japan, I would love. I have a thing. I would love to go to Japan for sure. A lot of people are visiting. Those eyes are deadly. And why is it this allowed in our country? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't get it. It's a whole complex. You're sick, you go to the doctors and you get pharmaceutical drugs, like the whole diabetes things and giving people insulin. Like, what? Why are you giving people insulin? Insulin is not going to solve their insulin resistance. You need to bring the insulin levels down to make the body more insulin sensitive. And you do that through diet. You do that through exercise, you know? But it's like a whole cycle. When you look at Ozempic, Ozempic solves the problem of people having insatiable appetite. So what happens is, like I said, when your blood sugar levels spike, that's what happens when you eat naked carbs. So naked carbs is basically processed carbs, cereal, anything that doesn't have fiber in it. Your blood sugar spikes. So when you get that spike, you get more hunger. So Ozempic is a response to crushing people's appetite with the GLP-1, right? They do that through that satiety hormone. Guess what? Our body produces satiety hormones naturally when we eat fat, when we eat protein, and when we eat fiber. Cholecystokinin, peptide YY. These hormones are produced when we eat fats and protein, like pure. When we eat high voluminous, low calorie foods, we stretch out our stomach, right? So that's lots of vegetables, lots of things like quinoa and stuff. So when you eat those foods, it stretches out your stomach, and then you get that satiety hormone coming down. So what Ozempic is doing, it's basically trying to solve the problem of people's satiety cues, which is messed up because of the diet. And there's so many side effects towards it. And that GLP hormone basically stops people from eating. They get full very quickly, right? So it's solving that problem. You can solve that problem by changing diet without having the side effect of Ozempic. You know what I mean? Like, there's just, it's like a whole pattern that I'm connecting. It's like you get people sick and then you get them dependent on drugs for them, because people are going to want to be lean. They're going to want to be healthy. They're going to want to lose weight, right? So now you got like Ozempic, Wegovy. Sorry, the other one, the other Ozempic. It's just crazy to me. But I want people to be able to do this free. You can do this free. You don't need all this stuff. And plus, Ozempic's very expensive. I'm sure the cost will go down one day, but the side effects, you lose muscle mass. You need muscle mass. Muscle mass is so important because, again, when you lose weight, Dr. Jason Fong was talking about this. I forget what he said, but basically when you lose weight, you put yourself in a situation. Oh, your basal metabolic rate goes down. Yes. Guess what you use to bring it up? So when your basal metabolic rate goes down, basically you need less food to function. Guess what you use to bring your basal metabolic rate up? Build muscle. That's why it's so important to not just lose weight, but to build muscle. Because when you build that muscle, you're able to eat more. And another thing about muscle is insulin friendly, and that muscle has tons of insulin receptors. So that's a good thing. It makes you more insulin sensitive. So that's why it's so important to build muscle. And that's why I'm glad I have the knowledge of fasting and I'm combining it with personal training, and we'll go from there. Anyway, guys, it was amazing. Oh, thanks, Celine. It was amazing to talk to you. It was a nice meeting some of you guys. I'll see you guys later and send you guys mad love. Take care. Bye.